Leyton Orient. At the time of recording, the O's find themselves in a relegation scrap fight in the English 4th Division. This comes after the second oldest club in London finally returned to the professional ranks following a horror few years after Italian businessman Francesco Bischetti bought the club in 2014. Financial crisis struck the club, with Bischetti suffering serious financial losses following complications surrounding unpaid taxes. We want to stop Leyton Orient from winding up in non-league football again. We want to take the club up the ranks of English and European football to make them the greatest on the continent. Today, we rebuild Leyton Orient. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back finally to another rebuild on the channel. It is our first rebuild of 2020. And I am so excited for this one. I thought, let's kick off the year in great fashion. Let's go big. I'm not going to do a big club to start the year off. I'm going to set the tone off correctly. We're going to go all the way down to the English 4th Division and give ourselves one of the toughest challenges we have had in FIFA 20 as we rebuild Leyton Orient. But if you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild with Leyton Orient, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. We are on the push for 300,000 subscribers, so help me get there, please. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. So the main objective is to win the UEFA Champions League. Every game in the rebuild is simulated except for the Champions League final. The transfers can be as unrealistic or realistic as we like. There's a big focus on the transfer window. And finally, of course, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules, let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting 11 looks like for Season 1. I think it's pretty safe to say that there is a lot of room for improvement with this side. This Marsh guy is the only half-decent player that has any potential really, and he's on loan from Tottenham, so that's a bummer. But in terms of improvements this season, probably want to go in for some more centre-backs, a new left-back, a new decent young striker, but regardless, I think the whole squad is going to be overthrown by the end of the rebuild, so let's just crack on and see what business we can do. So our first piece of business in this Leyton Orient rebuild is a player departure. We have sold Dean Brill to Livingston here for a massive fee of £130,000. And a new centre-back is going to be our first transfer coming into the club in this rebuild. It is Besir Omaragic. He is a Swiss defender, only 59 overall, but 17 years of age. We have signed him from FC Zurich for £270,000. And just a few days later, we sign a striker that I honestly want to develop throughout the entirety of this rebuild. It is Joseph Gelhardt from Wigan Athletic, the 17-year-old Englishman, signing here for £450,000. I am so excited to see how far we can take this kid. Two more player departures here as we have sold Joe Widowson to Magdeburg for £185,000 and James Allaby to Wimbledon for £125,000. We're getting a lot of business done here in the opening window. We have signed Aaron Hickey, a new left back, a Scottish left back. He has come across from Hearts for a pretty decent sum of £790,000. We're stretching our budget so far. And Josh Coulson is out of the club, off to IK Sirius for £160,000. And there it is, another player out of the club. It is Ling, headed to Salford City on transfer deadline day here. I believe, yeah, £115,000. So a very busy start to life at Leyton Orient. Omaragic, Gelhardt and Hickey all into the club, with a vast array of players coming out of the club. Our starting 11 improving slightly. I'm just trying to build foundations moving forward because it's not our goal, and I don't think we're going to get promoted this season, but I want to set ourselves up for success in the future. I want to use dynamic player potentials to their full effect in this rebuild, so let's go and see how we're going on the 1st of January. So on the 1st of January, we find ourselves in 16th position, so pretty mid-table here. We're not, well, I mean, you can't get relegated into the non-league football in FIFA, but we're not in the relegation zone. How far away are we from potential promotion? 27 points. We're only 10 points or less than 10 points out of the promotion race. So, I mean, if we do some business here in the January window and have a good run of form in the second half of the season, we could maybe, just maybe, make a push for League One football next season. We have signed a new attacking midfielder here to kick off the January transfer window. Michael Olise is coming across from Reading, the young French midfielder signing for £800,000. Which is a great price, 64 rated, just the upgrade we need if we're going to make a push for promotion. Really focusing on the attack here, Matthias Jorgensen joining us here, the Danish striker, signs from Red Bull for £850,000. Overpaid slightly, but I think he's going to be an awesome pickup. A player departure here in January, trying to get some more business to happen. We have sold James Dayton to Admira Vaca for £230,000. On deadline day, we have squeezed every last penny, every last cent, everything out of our transfer budget to bring in Nathaniel Atkinson from Melbourne City. The Australian defender had less than 6 months remaining on his contract, so we got him on the cheap for £600,000, plus we sent our former right back Etika Patota, whatever his name is, to Melbourne City in exchange. Sorry, my bad, we sold Turley in exchange. So very busy in terms of a January transfer window. Olise, Jorgensen and Atkinson into the club, Turley and Dayton out of it. Our side now improved significantly. I'm very excited to see if we can climb up the table this season. So we made an improvement, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to put us in the promotion race here in the first season. 13th in League 2. Still got a long way to go. We finished significantly out of the playoff race. We were 10 points from 7th. So next season, hopefully make a push for promotion. Colchester and Bradford City and Grimsby Town all going up, with Salford, Forest Green, Mansfield and Port Vale to fight it out. And not that it matters, but this is the bottom of the table. In the FA Cup, Liverpool won that title. Liverpool also won the Carabao Cup. The Leasing.com trophy was won by Peterborough. Mansfield Town are joining those other clubs in League 1 next season. Man City won the Champions League, and Chelsea took down Dortmund on penalties to win the Europa League. So there we go, that is season 1 done and dusted. I'm actually over the moon with the amount of business we have done. Half our squad already replaced. The youth business coming through. Come on, Leyton Orient, let's get promoted in season 2. So, we've sold Craig Clay to Gazmatan to kick off this second season here. The English midfielder leaves the club for £275,000. Josh Wright has also left the club, off to Al Talwoon for £320,000. Our first signing of this second season comes in the shape of a defensive midfielder, Jonas David, the German defensive midfielder coming across from Hamburg for £1.2 million. A new right midfielder into the club here, Mohamed Darami, coming across from Copenhagen, £1.7 million for the Danish midfielder. A very nice addition to the starting 11 there. 2 players in, 2 players out. David and Darami in, Clay and Wright out of Leyton Orient. Our squad quite balanced, but I'm happy in the regard that most of the squad is very young, very low overall, but a lot of potential towards their names. Very excited to see what we can do in terms of growth this season. Hopefully get a few players get close to the 70 mark, but most importantly, I want us to get promoted. Here we are on the 1st of January, and we are well and truly in the hunt for promotion into League 1. Currently finding ourselves 3 points out of the automatic promotion zone, so need to have a slightly better second half of the season, and I can't see any reason why we shouldn't be getting promoted. Currently in the playoffs, but I want one of those top 3 spots. Good run of form, and we should be there. Scrolling down the table though, doesn't really matter too much, but we're in a very, very strong position. A defensive improvement here in the January transfer window. Benjamin Cabango, a Welsh defender, joining us from Swansea City for £570,000. He had less than 6 months remaining on his contract, so we're able to get him for an absolute bargain there. You'll love to see it. Welcome to Leyton Orient. So not as crazy as last January's transfer window, but a very decent addition in Cabango. Our starting 11 continuing to improve. Darame already at a 70 overall. So excited with what we've been doing with this squad. But now the question is, can we get promoted to the 3rd division? We are about to find out. Oh my god! We have had an incredible second half of the season and have ended up winning the league by 8 points. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, you can probably tell my voice, but that's bloody good. So that means in Season 3 with Leyton Orient, we will be playing 3rd division football. And hopefully now with players starting to get dynamic player potential kicking in, things can just roll on and we can just go season after season after season going up in the divisions. In the FA Cup, it was Liverpool taking down Chelsea to win that tournament. Man City did take down Man United to win the Carabao Cup. Barnsley beat Peterborough to win the Leasing.com trophy. Forest Green Rovers will be joining us in the 3rd division next season. Barcelona have stopped Man City from going back to back in the Champions League. And it is Man United taking down Inter Milan to win the Europa League. Season 2 went even better than I expected. We absolutely killed it. The squad coming along beautifully. Now our path to domination becomes clearer. A signing that I'm very happy about and very excited about to kick off season number 3. It is for an Italian player. It's for a former A-League player, Jacob Italiano. Used to play for Perth Glory, went to Borussia Mönchengladbach in real life, but now he's coming to the English 3rd division, signing here at Leyton Orient for £1.6 million. We are going to make our first free agent player signing here. And I think this might be Cristiano Ronaldo's regen. The stats on this guy, not that you can see right now, but they are absolutely insane. I've offered him quite a lot of money, but I wanted to make sure I got him. I don't even know what overall he is yet, but I'm very confident he's going to be somebody good. Wonder if he's going to be higher rated than Italiano. The moment of truth, he is 68 rated, same age as Italiano, but I'm pretty confident that this is the Cristiano Ronaldo regen. Matthias Vieira Babo Machado. A shift in between the sticks as we have sold our Chilean goalkeeper Lawrence Vigouroux to MK Dons. We managed to get £1.15 million for him, which I'm actually pretty happy about. Trying to make a few more additions to the squad depth in terms of free agent players, but we are going to sign this guy here, Mariano Iza. He is a 62 rated 17-year-old Argentinian centre-back who we are going to bring in £650 a week. I mean, if he turns out to be a dud, then there's no risk. And there we go, 2 more players coming into the club here. Ruud Bergwijn, a Dutch midfielder, 62 rated again, only £650 a week. No risk, potentially big reward. And another defensive midfielder, the Brazilian Araujo Chavez Jr., £650 a week as well. Welcome to Leyton Orient. James Brophy has left the club. He's on an Asian adventure as he heads to FC Tokyo in Japan for £540,000. We've managed to wheel and deal with Zinedine Zidane, and we have signed Diego Altuve from Real Madrid for £2.35 million. Absolutely over the moon with that. Finally get ourselves a new starting goalkeeper, and he is a massive upgrade here. Welcome to Leyton Orient, Diego Altuve. A very busy window here. Very busy start to season number 3. £4 million almost worth of talent in, 1.69 out. Our side continuing to grow. I'm very excited to see what we can do in this season. Are we going to get promoted up to the championship? There's only one way to find out. Let's simulate and see how we're going at the halfway point of the season. Okay, so we are definitely in the hunt here for promotion up to the championship, finding ourselves in 6th position on the 1st of January in the playoffs. Would be nice if we went on a run of form like last season and could get into the top 2, but at the moment, it's looking like the playoffs are our best shot, but there's a lot of football still to be played. For the first time in this Leyton Orient rebuild, we have done no business during the transfer window. We only had £10,000 to work with, so yeah, couldn't do much there. I'm pretty happy with the squad we have right now. I've got Ronaldo's potential regen, I should say, in because Darame's injured, but he's back from injury now, so he can jump back in. Let's see if this side can get us promoted into the championship here in season number 3. Luton Town and QPR have been automatically promoted to the championship for next season, so we are left to fight it out with Oxford United, Sunderland and Portsmouth for that final spot in the championship. Some tough opponents. I'm very interested to see how we go. Scrolling down the table, however, the relegated sides down to the 4th division are Wickham, Colchester, Bristol and Burton Albion. Man United won the FA Cup final on penalties in a Manchester derby. Liverpool took down Man City to win the Carabao Cup. Portsmouth beat QPR to win the Leasing.com trophy. We are headed to the championship next season. We have taken down Portsmouth 2-0 in the promotion playoff final. In the semi-finals, we beat Sunderland 3-0 on aggregate, so we haven't conceded a single goal in the entire playoffs. That is good fashion to head into the championship in. Man City did win the Champions League once again, and it is Manchester United taking down Leipzig to win the Europa League. Back-to-back promotions have been achieved. We're really kicking on here with Leyton Orient. Are we going to be in the Premier League season, I should say, come the end of season number 4? The season kicks off with a player departure as Connor Wilkinson is headed to Poland here. The Irishman sold for £590,000. In a move that might come to surprise some of you, I've decided to move on Matthias Jorgensen. We're at a point now where I feel like we can afford to go for a big name young striker, an upgrade on Jorgensen, so we've sold the Dane to Hanover 96 for £6.7 million. In the meantime, however, we have brought in a new starting 11 centre-back. A release clause has been activated for Marco Canna, the Belgian defender, joining us from Anderlecht for £1.9 million, almost half of his original value. I am very happy with that. Welcome to Leyton Orient. And there it is. We have got a player that I think could and probably should stay with us for the entirety of the rebuild. Troy Parrott. He's one of the most up-and-coming strikers in world football, definitely in English football. We've brought him down from the Premier League. He's coming from Tottenham for £6.5 million. Again, making significant improvements to the side. Kana and Parrott in, Wilkinson and Jorgensen out. Our starting 11 now starting to resemble a decent side. I don't know if we're promotion worthy, but I have the feeling that if we are in the mix at the halfway point, we could definitely have a good run. For the pure fact, the players are going to keep improving. So halfway through season 4, let's see what our situation is. So we find ourselves in a very healthy mid-table position, sitting in 11th position on 34 points here. We are, how many points out of the relegation zone? 14 points away from 22nd Millwall. And from the promotion race, we are 25 points behind Fulham. So there's a massive gap between the middle of the table and the top 7. So I don't think we're going to get promoted this season. That's probably for the best. But let's continue laying the foundations for a run next season. I was going to go one route of selling on our defensive midfielder James and then using that money to go ahead and get a quality defensive midfield upgrade. But then during my searching, I realized Santiago Sosa had a £4 million release clause next to his name. I've activated that. We've brought the Argentine to Leyton Orient, 76 rated for under half of his base value. Wheeling and dealing. It's good to be back. Sosa, a big addition to the midfield here. Our squad continues to grow. I'm loving the team we're putting together. I mean, it's going to be a big challenge for us to crack even the playoffs, but let's just see how this 4th season finishes up. So, we're finished in 8th position. Definitely a valiant effort for our first time in the championship. We have an improved second half of the season. Still nowhere near the playoff zone, but I'm very, very confident about next season. The promoted sides, Burnley and Southampton, killing the game. Brentford, Fulham, Norwich and Stoke fighting it out for the final positions. and the relegated sides are going to be Wigan Athletic, Millwall and Luton Town. Liverpool did take down Watford to win the FA Cup this season. Spurs beat Man City to win the Carabao Cup. Brentford took down Norwich to win the Championship playoff final, so they're going up to the Premier League next season. Atletico Madrid win a Madrid derby in the Champions League final, and Lazio take down Nice 1-0 to win the Europa League final. So that is the fourth season done and dusted. I am such a big fan of the starting 11 we currently have. Improvements definitely coming in season number 5, but we definitely need promotion to the Premier League to kick this rebuild into the next gear. A player departure to kick off our 5th season here. We have sold Lee Angol for £1.05 million. And this season, we don't have really enough budget to go out and make some crazy signings, so I'm going to make sure that our squad is future-proofed. I fully expect us to get to the Premier League at the end of this season, so I'm going to sign a lot of free agent talents. The first one is a Swedish midfielder, Emil Vekaya, signing here for £2,400 a week. Yannick Maloney is the next player to join us here, a right back from Germany. He's been rejected, or he rejected another club because he wants to come to us here at Leyton Orient. Yannick Maloney, welcome. And Dale Gorman is the latest player out of the club, off to Chindia for £350,000. Chindia sounds like if China and India merged as one country. Imagine if that happened. The 2 biggest populations in the world went together. That would be scary. So 2 players coming in here. As you can see, I've offered a lot of pre-contracts. Alejandro Garcia Torres coming in, 66 rated at age 20. And Jure Balkovec, a Slovenian centre forward / striker, 64 rated. Welcome to Leyton Orient. And the last 3 have accepted here. Getting a lot of players in. Guillermo Ayala, a Chilean centre attacking midfielder. Felix Marcadia, I don't know if this guy's going to work out to be good, but the young age is definitely on his side, so we'll sign him. And the final free agent signing, Ramon Rodriguez, a Uruguayan striker / centre forward. Welcome all of you to Leyton Orient. Jordan Maguire Drew is out of here. He is off to Paris for £630,000. Ruel Sotirio is headed to Denmark, off to AC Horsens for 220,000 big ones. So a lot of free agent talent coming in. We actually have a decent amount in the budget now, so maybe do some business in January. Gonna assess how the squad's going come January, but we definitely need to make a run at promotion this season. Let's see how our progress is going come January 1st. We find ourselves in a very, very strong position halfway through the championship season. Only the 1 loss, and we are currently sitting in 2nd in one of the automatic promotion spots in the championship alongside Brighton. Cardiff City 6 points behind us, Fulham 11 points. So a lot of teams breathing down our necks, but if we keep up this current run of form, we will be in an awesome position. So we have signed a new centre-back here, an upgraded centre-back, Eric Garcia, coming down from the Premier League, signing from Manchester City for £11.6 million. This is a pickup that I've made with my eyes firmly focused on the Premier League. Yes, it's a big upgrade, but we've now got someone that has Premier League experience as well. So, welcome to Leyton Orient, Eric Garcia. So just the one signing of Garcia in this January transfer window. Very happy with how the squad is looking. I think this is a squad that is ready for Premier League football. Leyton Orient, the O's. Surely we're going to get promoted. Let's find out. Damn, we've actually had an insane second half of the season, dropping just 2 games all second half of the season. 123 points. Are you kidding me? That is brilliant. And we are headed to the Premier League in absolute roaring style. Ourselves and Brighton going up. Cardiff, Fulham, Norwich and Bristol fighting it out for the final spot. And the relegated sides are going to be Sunderland, Rotherham and Peterborough. Spurs did win the FA Cup this season over Chelsea, however. Liverpool took down Spurs to win the Carabao Cup. Cardiff defeated Fulham to win the Championship playoff. 2-0 in that one. I mean, I'm a Fulham fan if you didn't know, so that kind of hurts. Real Madrid have won another Champions League title, defeating Barcelona in an El Clasico final. And Manchester United, fair play to them, they win another Europa League title. So I couldn't have asked for a much better season here. We are bound for the Premier League in scintillating fashion. Our squad is so strong. Players continuing to grow like crazy. I'm very excited to see what Season 6 and beyond have in store. Mohamed Simakan is the first transfer we have brought into the club of the Leyton Orient Premier League era. We have signed the French defender for £22.5 million from Marseille. 80 rated. I don't think I've ever used him in a rebuild, so I'm very keen to see how he goes over the course of this rebuild. He's been here since the early days, but Omar Ajic is headed to the Bundesliga, off to FC Cologne for £23 million. Thank you for your service, mate, but it's the name of the game. We've got to move on. And a move that might surprise some of you, we have sold Santiago Sosa, the Argentinian defensive midfielder, to Hoffenheim for £17.7 million. And I have decided to loan out Mariano Issa, our young free agent player, to Buenos Aires Boca Juniors for the season. He's been hailed as a future superstar. He's been hailed as the future of French football. Eduardo Camavinga is joining us here from Cagliari. £38 million. Yes, I've definitely overpaid, but I feel like that's going to be repaid in the future. An end game player. This kid is going to be something special. Quality over quantity to kick off life in the Premier League. And I'm very happy because we have a very balanced side. Half the squad hitting the 80s, and I'll expect the other half to hit it by the time we hit January. Very excited to see what we can do in the Premier League this season. I still think we're going to be in the relegation battle, but my confidence that we stay up is pretty decent. So fingers crossed. We might need the FIFA gods on our sides, but let's check how things are going come January 1st. Here we are, January 1st, and I am over the moon with how we've started off this season. 11th in the Premier League. We are mid-table, 27 points, and we are 17 points out of the relegation zone. Cardiff having an absolute shocker. But I would say, barring a massive collapse, I should say, we are going to be in a very strong position to survive relegation. I don't think we've got what it takes to make European football, nor do I really want that, but mid-table halfway through the season, that is fantastic. We are going to make our first pre-contract signing of this Leyton Orient rebuild. You guys know that I've kind of strayed away from doing pre-contract signings during this rebuild and during rebuilding in 2020, or FIFA 20 I should say, but Jonathan David, the Canadian, 88 rated at Crystal Palace. We're going to be bringing him into the club next season. What a pickup. So excited to have him in season number 7. David in on a pre-contract next season. So excited to have him in that attacking mid spot. We have Elise, but I want to take things to the next level. The whole goal of the rebuild series is to see how quickly we can win the Champions League. And getting David is a big step that might wipe a season or two off the entire process. So very excited for him to come in. Very keen to see where we finish this 6th season. Mid-table, relegation battle, European spot. Let's find out. Well, there we go. We didn't make any movement in the second half of the season, but you know what? That is fine by me. That is not a bad effort for our first season in the Premier League. We finish in 11th position, 52 points, tied with Wolves, not even close to Bournemouth, and not even close as well to Newcastle and Leicester, to be fair, so we were definitely a mid-table side. Relegated though, Cardiff City had a better second half of the season, but went down along with Brighton and West Brom. And then as we scroll up the table, the champions, Liverpool Centurions. Watford as well. Watford got European football. Fair play. In the FA Cup, Liverpool did win that tournament. And Liverpool also managed to win the Carabao Cup, so they managed to do the treble. Barcelona win yet another Champions League title. And Borussia Dortmund take down Leicester City to win the Europa League. And just a little look at our squad. I know you guys like to see the stats and stuff on the odd occasion. Not too many players doing crazy good. Gerhardt getting 18 goals, which is good, but the goals are quite evenly spread about. Assists, We had Atkinson. Look at Atkinson. He's absolutely killing it. He's financial-wise, he's valued at £40 million. That is awesome. In fact, I'm pretty keen to see who our most expensive players are. So, Gelhardt worth 50 million. Olise, who I'm probably going to sell next season, 51 million. We've done very well. I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I love dynamic player potential so much. Couldn't have asked for a much better start to life in the Premier League. Again, we've built the foundations, now we're reaping the rewards. Let's honestly try cracking for European football this season, or next season. Season 7, bring it on. 2 massive deals have gone through on the exact same day. We are now very rich here to kick off Season 7. Our goalkeeper, Diego Altuve, has made the move to Lazio for £40.4 million. And then Olise has gone to Juventus for £89.7 million. Oh my god. Our first signing of this season is a big one. Francisco Trincao, the Portuguese winger, coming across from AC Milan here for £73.5 million. And there we go. Our upgrade on Diego Altuve is going to be Luis Maximiano, another Portuguese player coming across here. We have signed him from Torino for £38.6 million. So he's cheaper than what we sold Altuve for, and a 4 overall upgrade. I'll take that. Quality over quantity in this window. Some big business being done. Some massive transfer fees. Our squad slowly but surely getting there. David, Trincao, and Maximiano a step above the rest. Camavinga coming into his own as well. But definitely, I want a lot of growth from a lot of players this season. I think the growth this season is going to determine who goes, who stays, and everything in between. But regardless, I would love to make a push for Europa League football. So let's see how that progress is going come January 1st. Very happy with the progress that is being made so far. We're in the goddamn title race. We're only 7 points behind first place Chelsea. If we have a good run of form in this second half of the season, I cannot see any reason as to why we will not be playing Europa League football, if not Champions League football next season. Very happy so far. Are we going to do some business here in January though? Let's go find out. Marco Cana is out of the club. He's headed to La Liga, signing with Granada here. The Belgian signs for £16.2 million. And there it is, a new starting centre-back joining us for the end of the season. It is Zinho van Heusden, the Belgian centre-back, signs from Manchester United for a pretty good price, £30 million below his market value. You love to see it. Welcome to Leyton Orient. So, a defensive-minded transfer window. Van Heusden in, Kana out, and our squad continues to grow. David looking like he's going to be the first 90 rated player in this Leyton Orient side. Gelhardt having a great season. Italiano having a great season. Very keen to see if we're playing European football in season number 8. We might have qualified for the Europa League. I'm not 100% certain. Depends on other results, I guess. But we have finished this 7th season in 6th position in the Premier League. So not too bad at all. Man City winning the league. Chelsea in 2nd. So Chelsea bottled it. As we scroll down, Arsenal 10th. Everton almost relegated, but it is Burnley, Derby and Crystal Palace all going down. Liverpool did go ahead and win the FA Cup 2-1 over Spurs. Man City took down Chelsea to win the Carabao Cup. Bayern Munich have won the Champions League 2-0 over PSG. And Lyon have taken down Man United to win the Europa League. Fair play. So that is season 7 in the bin. We're getting so close to European football. Until then, I'm just going to keep building out the squad so that when we eventually make the Champions League, we can have a run at it in the first attempt. Let's crack on. Let's see how we go next season. He hasn't been super involved for the past few seasons, so I'm actually pretty stoked. We managed to get £58 million for Jonas David, the 26-year-old 81 rated defensive midfielder. We've sold him to Arsenal. I am over the moon with that price tag. Best of luck, mate. Well, I said Troy Parrott was probably going to be a player that was here for the entirety of the rebuild. But when you can get £104.2 million for an 83 rated player, you just don't say no. Troy Parrott headed to Roma. Best of luck, mate, but we're going to go out and sign a batshit crazy player now. And there it is. Mason Greenwood has come across from Borussia Dortmund for £71.6 million. A massive upgrade there. He's potentially the future of English football, and he is now at Leyton Orient. Also, I'm happy we got him because that red aesthetic fits in so well. The red of the jersey, the red of the English flag, the red of the Leyton Orient badge. You can tell that I'm a nerd like that. Let's go! Matthias de Ligt is now a Leyton Orient player. I bet that's a sentence you'd never thought you'd hear. £97 million for the Dutchman from Juventus. A massive pickup there. We got him. He's 10 overall higher than Troy Parrott, and we got him for less money. That is ludicrous. Luda. We have just sold a bench player in Mohamed Daramy to Manchester United for £114 million. Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. What a sale. We have so much money right now. And Eric Garcia heading to Tottenham, off to North London, £45.9 million for the Spaniard. Walter Alberto Oliveira is a name that you probably have never heard of because he's not a real player. He is a regen player that we have just signed for £57.4 million from Leverkusen. The same overall as Van Houston, but he is like 3 or 4 years younger, so I expect him to blow up in overall in the next few seasons. Very excited to see him and de Ligt together. So those are some big bloody numbers being thrown around. £226 million worth of talent in, £322 million out, and our side looking very, very strong. If we were in the Champions League this season, I would have given an extra little push and upgraded a little bit more to make sure that we could have a solid run at the title, but I want to give players like Italiano, Hickey, Maximiano, and Atkinson a season to grow, develop, and see whether they're going to be in our squad when we eventually make the Champions League. I want to give them the opportunity to get to that 85 and beyond threshold, but Champions League qualification is a must this season, and I'm going to see how we're going on January 1st if we're on track to hit that target. 4th in the Premier League come January 1st. We're in the top 4, which is crucial, but we need to hang on there. Would love to even push higher. Would love to overtake Man United. I would love to honestly win the league, but we've got to take everything for what it is. Very happy so far. And in terms of the squad progress, all of Italiano, Hickey, and Atkinson have crossed over that 85 threshold, which makes me very, very happy. I was looking at our squad and I thought, I don't want to sign anybody for the starting 11 in the remainder of this season, but I want to future-proof our squad and kind of build around it so that when we do make the Champions League, we have backup. So I've gone ahead and spent a lot of money on a backup player, £59.3 million to be exact, but we have gotten great value for it. Matty Longstaff, coming from Newcastle United. He's a very hyped up midfielder right now, and he's going to be coming to Leyton Orient. So just the one signing of Matty Longstaff. He comes into our bench. The side looking absolutely phenomenal. This second half of the season is about 2 things: growth and qualification to the Champions League. Can we achieve both of those? Time will tell. Bloody hell, that's what you want to see. We've had a good second half of the season and have finished in 2nd position in the Premier League, 9 points behind Liverpool, but we have qualified for next season's Champions League. And you guys know my mindset. We're going for the crown next season. We are going for the Champions League title in that 9th season. Scrolling down the table, however, the relegated sides, West Brom, Stoke, and Brighton. We managed to win the FA Cup. Yes, our first piece of silverware in a very long time. That is great to see. Leyton Orient are the FA Cup winners. We did not win the Carabao Cup, however. That honour goes to Liverpool. PSG took down Tottenham to win the Champions League. And AC Milan have won an all-Italian Europa League. How far did we get? So, we went undefeated in the group stages. Round of 32, we beat Lyon 4-2, which is good. That's very good. Didn't they finish the champions last year? Then we beat Frankfurt in the round of 16. We beat Leicester in the quarters. Oh, we lost to Juventus in the Europa League semi-finals. The progress has been brilliant. The squad we've put together, also brilliant. Now, we need the results to match it in this next season as we make the push for a Champions League title with Leyton Orient. Luca Vetri is going to be our first signing here to kick off season number 9 with Leyton Orient. We have signed the Slovenian goalkeeper from Bayern Munich for £65 million. Maximiliano Romero will be joining us here in London at Leyton Orient. We have signed him from another London club in Arsenal to be our backup striker. £32.2 million for the Argentine. Our squad is so damn strong. I only wanted to get in a new goalkeeper and a little bit of depth in the striker position. Vetra and Romero in. Look how good this side is with room to grow as well. Italiano, Hickey, Atkinson all hitting that 86 threshold. I'm very, very excited to see what we can do this season. I've kept Oliveira in for the moment. Van Heusden is a little bit higher, but I think this guy can grow up a little bit more in overall by the end of the season. So, we are in the Champions League for the first time. I think we're a genuine chance of winning it at our first time. Let's go and check out our group. There are two clear standouts in Group C. Ourselves and Real Madrid. We have to get through Besiktas and Lokomotiv Moscow as well, but I well and truly expect us to get out of Group C and into the knockout rounds at the first time of asking. And there it is. No real expert to predict that ourselves and Real Madrid were the top two sides in the group, and it has come to fruition. We head into the round of 16 in second position, just the one lost, which I would have assumed would have come at the hands of Real Madrid. But regardless, 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Who are we facing in the round of 16? It is Valencia. Okay, so another Spanish outfit there. Real Madrid got drawn up against Napoli, so a tough opponent in Valencia, but definitely not the hardest. Second in the Premier League at this point of the season, but Watford, what is going on there? Watford are currently leading the Premier League, only 3 points ahead of us. That is ridiculous. I want us to win the league this season. We're still undefeated. And if we convert those draws into wins, we'll set ourselves up for that. No real surprise that we have done no business here in the January transfer window. I want to see what we can do with this side. Trincao out of the starting 11 at the moment because of injury, but I definitely want to see what we can do with this side moving forward this season. Can we go deep again in the Champions League? Can we get past Valencia in the round of 16? Let's go and find out. Alright, here we go. At home for the first leg here. A lot of injuries, a lot of suspensions, but we've still got a squad out there. Are we going to get a strong start here against Valencia? A clean sheet would be good, but it is a 3-1 win in the first leg here. Italiano, Greenwood and Gelhardt all getting on the scorer sheet. Richarlison scoring there for Valencia, but it's a strong start there in the round of 16. Okay. So we are 3-1 up here, slightly stronger side than we had in the first leg. Let's just try avoiding injuries, try avoiding suspensions, but most importantly, make sure that we get through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League here. The scoreline is a 2-0 win. Greenwood and Italiano once again scoring goals. We take down Valencia 5-1 on aggregate. Another Spanish side, this time the intensity turned up just a little bit because it is Atletico Madrid, a very tough opponent. And I feel like if we can get past Atletico Madrid, I'll be feeling very confident about the remainder of the Champions League. Real Madrid and Barcelona facing each other in an El Clasico, so a giant's going to fall there. But let's see how we go in the quarters. The first leg up here, a good opportunity to see what we are really made of. Atkinson back in the starting 11, a full-strength squad. Let's see how we go. I've got to put Vetra back in, it's all good. Atletico Madrid at home, it's a 1-1 draw. Lookman scoring an away goal for them. We get a home goal. Not the most convincing of a result. That away goal might be big for them. Bloody hell. Okay, here we go. The away leg as we travel to Spain, traveling to Madrid. We need to score away goals. That is priority number 1. We need to eliminate, we need to wipe off the board the away goal that Madrid got in the first leg. Are we going to do it? Come on, Orient. The score is a 2-2 draw. We're through. Oh my, that took a little while to click in, but we have gone through on away goals rules. João Felix missed a penalty, although he scored a minute later, but we are headed to the Champions League semi-finals. Goals from Trincao and David. Let's go. No more Spanish sides for us here because we've been drawn up against Borussia Dortmund for a spot to face either Inter Milan or Barcelona in the Champions League final here in season number 9. We've gotten past Valencia, we've gotten past Atletico Madrid, but now it's the German superpower, and we are without Matthias de Ligt for the first leg, which is a big blow. The first leg here, the away leg. Y'all already know that we want away goals on the board. We've brought Van Heusden into the starting 11 for the second leg here. Borussia Dortmund, we want to score some goals against you. The scoreline is a 3-0 win. David with a hat-trick. Oh my god. No delete, no problems. What a first leg that is. The second leg here, at home. We have a 3-0 lead. I have slightly rotated our squad just because I want to save some of our bigger players from potentially getting suspended for the Champions League final. It would take a massive effort for us not to make it from here on in. Come on, let's book ourselves a spot in the final. It is a 2-2 draw, but we are headed to the Champions League final, 5-2 on aggregate over Borussia Dortmund. Come on, Leyton Orient, the O's are headed to the promised land. We have been drawn up against Barcelona here in the Champions League final for season number 9. It is a big challenge. I was kind of hoping we got to verse Inter Milan because Barcelona are just a different beast in FIFA career mode. But they took down Inter Milan 3-0. We took down Dortmund 5-2. It's going to be a big Champions League final for us. Taking a look around the other tournaments, RB Leipzig, Europa League winners. We have managed to win the Premier League here. Watford choked and finished in 3rd. We finished top of the Premier League with 98 points, almost Centurions. But we are going to be playing Champions League football again, number 1. We're going to have a lot of money, but I'm so happy that we've finally won it with Leyton Orient. Taking a look further down the table, Arsenal 13th, but the relegated sides, Burnley, Palace, Fulham. Whoa! Oh, hold up! Fulham, 0 wins, 0 draws, 38 losses. What? That was absolutely insane. We're going to have to focus now, though. The Community Shield, unfortunately, we lost that 2-0 to Liverpool at the start of the year. We did win the FA Cup, however, taking down Liverpool 1-0. And Manchester City took down Tottenham 2-1. So here is a look at our squad report at the end of season number 9 as we head into the Champions League final. An absolutely insane team here. The thing I love about this team is that a lot of the players, like Nathaniel Atkinson, have been here since the early days. Italiano up to an 88. Absolutely awesome. So we've developed a lot of quality players. We've also managed to build out a nice reserve aspect, a nice bench. So we were covered for every scenario. Love to see that. I would love to even go further with this side so we can see how far we can get a lot of the players. But here we go, the Champions League final, Leyton Orient versus Barcelona. O's versus Barca, a clash of the Titans. Let's bring the Champions League title to London. David, good stuff. Down the line here to Trincao. Trincao dinks that one over the top to Greenwood. Needs some support though. Greenwood, go to Trincao. Trincao, touch. Oh my god. That was such a good opportunity, but such a poor finish. Go on. Camavinga getting there first. David, through. Here we go. Greenwood in behind. Oh my God, that was a shocker of a finish. We've had all the possession early on here, but nothing to show for it. Frenkie de Jong on the attack. Shoots that one. Oh my God, our goalkeeper was way too comfortable. I thought we were in big trouble there. How close did he get? He hit it across the face. That angle proves nothing, to be fair. Back heel on that one there to Camavinga. Our captain goes to David. David Gelhardt watching for the runs. David over the top. Greenwood. Header. Oh, I can't get the follow-up. Come on, we're trying to get ourselves that go-ahead goal. We're going to turn and play that one to Italiano. We saw that run coming. Italiano go. Still going, though. Gelhardt to Hickey. Hickey back to Italiano. I see that run from David. Good touch, and what a finish. It's the Canadian, Jonathan David, giving us the lead here. 56 minutes into the Champions League final. Great passing play. Great link-up play between Hickey, Italiano, and David. And that was a lovely finish. I want to see this one here again on the replay. Look at the passing play. We pass it, we see the run, and he takes a touch and moves his feet so quickly. And we've taken the lead here in the Champions League final, 1-0. Barcelona not showing much in this game, but they've got a limited amount of time now to get themselves back into it. Frenkie de Jong bursting through. David dropping back. He has the shot! And thankfully blows it over the crossbar. But we need to be more alert here. Italiano's dropping back here. They're going to somehow get to Alexander-Arnold still, though, as we move into stoppage time. We just need to contain them. We get the ball back and we win the Champions League final. It's as simple as that. Barcelona coming forward. Alexander-Arnold hits it in. It's punched away. Blow that whistle, referee. Kicks it upfield. There it is. Leyton Orient. The O's. Champions of Europe, lads. It has been a massive rebuild here. It has taken so long to put together. I hope you appreciate the wait. But if you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe down below as we are on the hunt for 300,000 subscribers. But most importantly, I'll let you enjoy the title celebrations. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.